We can't even see it.
And
Yeah, I
whether
don't
of
know
his
what we got
children were
going
there.
now.
He seemed really upbeat. Combs is on trial for sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Prosecutors opened up their case by saying that Combs' multiple businesses were actually a criminal enterprise, that he used his vast resources and his team of loyal staffers to have his every whim delivered on a plate. They said at the heart of these desires were sexual gratification, and that came down to two alleged victims, Cassie and a woman that they're using the pseudonym of Jane. During opening statements, we heard more about victim number two. They say that she was a girlfriend of Combs from 2021 up until 2024. And prosecutors said that not even a year ago, there was an incident where Combs was physically violent with victim number two, or Jane. Prosecutors also talked about freak-offs, or wild king nights. They described them as highly organized sexual encounters that could last hours, if not days. They claimed that Cassie was drugged throughout them, that she was physically beaten sometimes during them, and that when she tried to run away, he dragged her back at least once. Two of the more disturbing allegations from opening statements from prosecutors included an instance where Cassie allegedly overdosed during a freak-off. Another incident, Cassie described that she felt like she was choking when a male sex worker urinated in her mouth. Prosecutors told jurors they might know Combs.
All right. Everybody up?
Yeah, we here.
Oh, let me unmute
Yes,
y'all.
sir.
My bad.
Yo,
All right. What I'm gonna do, just for editing purposes, I'm probably just gonna kind of start muting y'all when we show, because anybody talking, it makes it hard on the edit. So if you can mute yourself, cool. But just in case you forget, I'll just make sure to mute y'all. Okay, guys.
That's cool. That one it was
All right,
a little
man.
choppy.
So
We
the
got
P
the
Diddy
gist
is
of
like,
it, but it was choppy.
oh, okay. Well,
That
hell,
one you
shit.
just
I'm sure
played?
most of y'all been watching. Yeah,
Yeah.
most of y'all been watching the trial, man. What's y'all thoughts on this, man? I'm gonna let Hink go first, man. Hink, what's your thoughts on this P Diddy trial, man?
dog, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. I ain't been watching none of that shit, man. I really have,
Yeah,
and for a lot of reasons, right?
yeah,
Because I know y'all was talking about leadership, man, and part of leadership, man, is not partaking in that bullshit. That's me as a leader. I gotta set the tone for my son or my nephew or any young blood that may look up to me or heed my knowledge or my experience. Yeah, I haven't been watching it though. Now, I've been on shows where they kind of touched on it. I try to give my opinion of what I do know, but as far as been ever since it went to trial, I haven't been paying attention, man. It just got worse and worse for me, and I just can't stomach some shit like that. But let me say this: what I do know before the trial thing. Um, if this shit is true, what they saying, man, yeah, I hope he dies soon, man. I ain't gonna lie, it sound bad, but
yeah.
I'm gonna have to piss on Pete Diddy's fly too, like Rich did my man Ja Rule. Yeah, fuck him, let him die. I can care less, man. If this shit is true, that's what I want from him. I'll leave it
Yeah.
there, brother.
Gotcha. All right, Yogi, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I was paying attention to it when it first jumped off. You know what I'm saying? All the chaos and shit surrounding it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna sit up here and say I've been watching the trial. I'm with Hink, man. I mean, man, you on that type of timing, man. I really don't give a fuck what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever happened to you at the end of this trial is what you deserve, man. Because if any of the shit that we hearing is true about what he had going on, bro, that's you using like Trust said, man. Like they made that money, they power. And motherfuckers feel like they got that money, they can do whatever the fuck they want to. You know what I'm saying? And then especially if you black. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you black, bro. You black and you got money like that and you move like he do, you ain't doing nothing putting crosshairs on your back. So when shit like this come up, it's easily snatched. But yeah, I ain't even been paying attention to it, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I heard about the shit that got it started, but I left it right where it was at.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna jump in. I don't want to be first or last on every subject. I want to kind of mix myself in. So, Yeah, I haven't been watching it either, Hink and Yogi. I only just watched a few YouTube clips to just find something to post as far as setting the subject. My question, here's the question I have about the whole situation. I'm having a hard time wondering why.
Can you go get my hold on. That might be connected.
Mute your mic.
Muted.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time wondering why, and I'm not talking about child, of course, I'm just speaking in general. I'm having a hard time wondering why people can't seem to separate him being a freak from what crimes were committed and not committed. and that's what bothers me. I just see so many people that live in a glass house throwing stones at him, and it seems to be to the public, if not the courts, the most focal part of the court seems to be the freakouts more so than the actual crimes that have allegedly been committed. When I'm sitting here watching a clip or TV or CNN clip, and they're talking about all the nasty things or the freaky things that were allegedly done, which is not a crime if it was consensual. I'm like, I would think beating somebody would be more, I would think that would be more of the bigger issue or the bigger subject. But it's not. It's all, yeah. And Cassie was peed on. And I'm like, and yeah, I get it. It's clickbait, it's good for ratings, but it just really goes to show you just how far low we fallen as a society. Meanwhile, 32%. I mean, the STD rates is out the roof. The last time I checked, ain't nobody getting STDs by eating macaroni and cheese. So the same people who are tearing this man down, they living in a glass house. They catching STDs, STIs, no protected sex. You got 4 baby daddies. You got the one nigga that all the girls fucking. They got 10 different baby mamas. So that's where I find it, kind of hypocritical. Like, I mean, of course, it's shit that it's a lot of shit that when I'm here, I'm like, damn. But at the same time, I'm not like, stone him. He did some freaky shit. You know what I'm saying?
No. Rob, I'm not gonna believe I'm finna say this, but I kind of agree with you, man. Cause I'm looking at it and I'm like, after one or two times, after the first time, the second time you're a willing participant, and if it go on for 10 years, after 10 years, you know what I'm saying? I know how to stay out of a nigga and his bitch business, because that's what that is. That's an abusive ass relationship between two freaky motherfuckers. Because you know what's ironic, Rob? Much as she like to fuck, she can't deny it because the bitch sitting up there pregnant now. So she ain't stopped fucking. So it didn't do nothing to her because the bitch sitting up there full of cum right goddamn now. Talking about, well, he made me do this. Bitch, you pregnant. I know you like to fuck. I wish I was a lawyer. I said, yeah, how you got pregnant? If this was trauma, you would have, if the way she describing it, she wouldn't want to have sex with nobody. She damn near be a nun. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be sitting up there full of babies again. And your husband got to go through this listening to how nasty it used to be for another nigga. Come on, man.
He walked out the courtroom.
He had to. Shit.
And then she probably ain't doing it for that nigga.
You see what I'm talking about? He ain't pissed on it yet. He ain't pissed yet. Hey, man, I ain't mad at another nigga pimping. I ain't mad at
nasty work right there, dude.
I'm just saying, hey, I don't run. Hey, I don't knock another nigga pimping. You know what I'm saying? I done peed on a couple of feet my goddamn self in my day. You understand what I'm saying? That's how, hey, old pimp told me, hey, you get in the shower. Hey, hold on. You get in the shower with him. You get in the shower with them, you bathing. Just pee on their feet a little bit. They ain't gonna go nowhere. Because I guarantee you.
Coming all the way out.
No, I'm not coming. I'm telling the truth. But I guarantee you this. It won't be. When she meet two more niggas, they won't pee on her feet. She gonna always remember you. I did that, and girls be like, that's him. He peeing on my feet, girl. They see me like, what that's for? That's some old pimp shit, old mind trick. But I'm just saying, hey, this ain't school right now, so let me be quiet. Hey, B, you know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? Good game is good game is good game. They ain't gonna run across that. Just you know. But I'm just saying, like you said, Rock, that's all about. They trying to embarrass him now, man. Come on, man. You know, show me the crime.
But here's what killed me. Here's what killed me. And she's playing the victim. But even one of the male escorts, he said, Cassie asked me to pee on her. P. Diddy didn't think of that. P. Diddy didn't tell her to do nothing. Said Cassie said it. Cassie.
And you saw they struck that out of court. That the judge, they said we gonna struck that out because they asked him and he straight up told him he ain't never said nothing.
He said no, that was Cassie out here.
And you got to realize she was calling them from. She called them from her phone. You see what I'm trying to say? And then they say he blew up Kid Cudi's car when she went mess with him. So she showed you a pattern of that she promiscuous. You know what I'm saying? Even though he might have been down with some stuff, if I didn't tell you to fuck the nigga, you out of line. So I could see she was doing her own thing because I'm sure he was doing his. So like I said, he not on trial for none of that.
Hold on, because with you, I always got to dispel.
Come on with it,
truth
then.
and fact.
Okay.
They were not together. They had broke up. She left him, and she started messing with Kid Cudi. So again, like I say, I have no problem if they find him guilty for breaking laws. Okay. But being freaky is not illegal.
Yeah, but let me address one thing you just said,
Rock. Accused of drugging people and shit and doing
they ain't brought none of that up yet. They can't find nobody that got drugs.
See, like I said, I ain't been watching, so I've been talking about his nigga freaky activities.
Yeah, that shit.
But you got to remember this. Here's how the laws be playing on you. See, they saying sex trafficking, but you got to realize and look it up. It's the terms. I be doing my research. That when you look up the term sex trafficking, you're going to see like 8 different definitions. One of those definitions that is considered sex trafficking is if say Yogi fly chick out.
Yes.
But he say shit here, I pay your bill, I pay your light bill.
Yes.
That's sex trafficking.
That's sex trafficking.
That's sex trafficking. That's a federal crime.
But you know what we all missing with the ones that ain't watching?
What we gonna do? We gonna fly you.
Yeah, you traveling with the intent to prostitute.
But
that's a federal crime.
But listen to this, fellas. You know what we missing? We looking for the woman. But guess what? They was flying out the niggas for the hoes. See, he gonna get caught up on them dudes because the male escorts was getting fly in to mess with the women. So you ain't heard the women going out to do anything. They was getting the men in. That's what they hear. So I guarantee we looking for a girl to get caught up on. One of them male escorts gonna get him caught on because he was coming in to preserve, and they was getting him out back page and they was paying them. So I'm telling you, that's gonna be the smoking gun. I guarantee one of them guys, because the sex trafficking, it don't say male or female, it just say sex trafficking. A person that come out for sex. We just looking for a woman. What a girl, it's them dudes, because he said, I'm a male escort, I got blue eyes, I'm a male escort. Sooner or later, they gonna snap and say, you know what, you right. The men just said they flew in and out, and there it is. You see what I'm saying? Because everybody
Rich, my issue is not that with the girls or the dudes, it's them goddamn boys, man. That's my issue with the motherfucker, man.
Yeah. That's
you talking about some underage boys, and now you taking advantage of them. That's my issue. I don't give a fuck him sucking another man's dick. Fuck his gay ass.
Like you said, yeah.
I don't give a damn. He freaking out Cassie. I don't care
Yeah.
about shit. I don't give a shit about that. Now I do care about that he's whooping her ass. I don't believe in that shit.
Yeah.
Putting your hands on a woman and
whooping
her, beat the shit out of her, dragging her. I ain't with that shit. But I'm definitely not with touching them kids. That's some sick shit.
Different.
Okay,
that's my
but
issue right there.
what kids have they brought to the forefront?
That's what I'm getting at.
Well, y'all, we have to remember now. We only about a good 2 weeks into the case.
Nah, we got only 3 days.
We early.
Yeah, we early.
We early right now. So, no, they
days,
haven't brought out all their stars and all they prime time witnesses right now. Right now, we are getting a glimpse of what is early. And let me say this, okay? We can't condemn him for the sexual part. What Rich said, I completely agree. I completely agree. Another man's sex fantasies and all that is business.
Ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with us. We shouldn't even be talking about that. As far as that, the only reason why that is coming up is because they are trying to paint a history of him doing these things. That is the only reason why they're doing that now. They want to show you that this man has a strenuous background of him continuously doing this. And then that's when you'll probably start hearing your other witnesses, if there are witnesses. Now, thus far, if this is the case, there's nothing been proven to me that says he's wrong about anything.
Exactly.
If this is the case right now, if this is what we're looking at right now, he ain't done nothing wrong.
Yeah, but do you think, like, do you think that, my bad, Trust,
you know, you could have go ahead.
And see, that's the thing about it though, man. Like we just in the beginning stages of this shit. This the feds we talking about. These motherfuckers got a 90-something point something
conviction rate. Yes,
so they got a month.
They got something.
Stacks of books on this.
Yeah, they got
they got something. And I'm gonna tell you,
what we're seeing now is just the beginning of it, man. It's just a whole storm coming for this dude. If allegedly the shit is true.
Quick point, right quick. I'm gonna make this quick. Rich ass says, right now they don't have nothing. He said the key factor gonna be that key witness. I don't think it's gonna be that. It's gonna be those goddamn tapes. See, this is where he fucked up at. The motherfucker wanted to be able to see what he was doing, and this is where most predators go wrong. It's something about them wanting to have the memory of what they done. That's where he fucked up at, because if those tapes are to be shown, it's gonna probably tell the story.
This my thing with it, you know what I mean? Because I keep hearing a lot of people saying, you know, he children, young kids at these freak out parties. Okay, if he allegedly had kids at this party, why aren't they charging him with child abuse? You know what I'm saying?
To a child or some shit like that.
Exactly. Why is child pornography not on the case? Why is a child? That's what they he's being charged with sex trafficking, which we know that's just calling somebody up. Hey, come on out here, I got you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's sex trafficking. Okay, beating up Cassidy and whoever he allegedly assaulted, right? You see what I'm saying? So you gotta be real. The media is real tricky with how they paint a picture of your motherfucking ass when it's time to demonize you. You get what I'm saying? You know,
I agree.
100%.
Don't get me wrong. You know, Puff had some wild shit going on. Yeah, he had some wild shit going on, but we know for sure, boys was at them parties. Yeah.
They was at that motherfucker.
So if you charging Puff Daddy. So if you charging Puff Daddy, you need to go down the list.
Yes.
Everybody in them tapes and all this here, it's supposed to be a whole RICO.
Hollywood. They got them. They're still having heart attacks.
I think he's charging with shit they can prove. Okay. That's what they charge. Now that kid shit is hearsay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that shit, like you said, my man said, they got the tapes.
They got the tapes.
They got some of the sex trafficking on tape. They got witness, and then they got audio tapes as well. They got the proof. I think that's why they charge you with those crimes. They probably not gonna charge you with the child. I don't even want to use that word, man. Because
nothing on that. They don't have proof that they can prove that.
I don't think they're gonna charge with that because they can't prove it. And then the witnesses that they happen to, they don't want to come forward.
Yeah.
Usher don't want to come forward. Justin Bieber.
That's gonna put them.
Look at what they do to their career.
Fucked up late.
Look at what it'll do to their career. Imagine Usher being bent over by P. Diddy.
Oh my goodness! Come on,
He's trying to sell an album.
Yes, he's not gonna do anything like that that's gonna dim his light for sure.
No,
but
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna tell you this. When I first heard about this shit, man, it was people that I listened to. That, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably wrong for this, but it's people that I heard that was in the midst of that shit. I don't even listen to their music no more.
You said what?
It was people like that was getting thrown up in the mix of it, and then you seeing shit and hearing shit. It was people that I jam. I don't even listen to them no more.
What's his name? The Philadelphia boy, Meek.
Yeah, Meek. I can't.
Meek Mills.
I already know who you was talking about.
Yeah, I can't.
I already know.
Hey, let's not publicly prosecute nobody.
No. You're right.
You don't know, bro.
He was allegedly there.
That was allegedly. Yeah. Yes.
Meek was a victim. Now Meek was a victim.
Now here's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we can't put everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that went to a P. Diddy party ain't guilty of nothing, you know what I'm saying? People can leave, you know, and then some people, you know what I'm saying? Because I've even seen some people who said it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say this, though. It's hard not to question anybody that has been to more than one party.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah. Come on.
See, and I'm saying this from experience.
If you continue.
Me and my goddad and some of the fam, because y'all know who I was signed with. P. Diddy had a party, and it was an all-white party. Now, this was back in the gap when he first started.
That was the one in Houston?
Yeah. Club Christine.
Yeah, I went. I was at that mug.
59 in the Beltway.
I was there, baby.
Everybody was there.
Not the man that pissing on people. Not the man that pissing on people. You was at the party.
Oh, that's where he learned to be on these hoes because he went to be this party.
Hey, I think it rubbed off on me. I caught the spirit.
So let me explain.
Not the man pissing on people.
So we went. Get in, you know, we with the mob, we good. I'm with my goddad. And we got some of the crew. And then some came a little after. But they came right behind each other. So here's how it happened. Now keep in mind, I'm still a young buck. I'm young. I was an adult at the time, but I was still young. You know what I'm saying? My goddad old enough to be my daddy. So we go in. We go, it's upstairs and downstairs. You already know, Rich. Club Christelle.
I was listen. You know what's crazy about this?
So we go up. So we go in the party good. It's crunk. It's a P. Diddy party. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. I'm talking about it was just as many white people as black people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was bad.
So we end up going because he know Puffy. Puffy almost signed his kids. So we go upstairs, and that's where Puffy is. VIP, you got a bunch of bodyguards. We go, and when we go in, now keep in mind, it's an open club. It's VIP, but hell, it's just curtains. We go in. I'm just telling you what I saw, what me and my goddaddy saw. Now, you got to keep in mind, this was before the LGBTQRST boom. This shit was still taboo. I go in there, I see girls kissing girls. I see niggas kissing niggas. I see straight dudes chilling, acting like they ain't seeing the shit, and they just comfortable. I'm like, oh, this motherfucker comfortable being around this shit. I see, let me tell you something. I swear, I would have thought cocaine was legal. Mm-hmm. Man, I would have thought cocaine was legal, fam. I promise you not. Man, let me tell you something. My motherfucking goddaddy saw that shit, and I can see his face right now. And he start calling the man. Start calling Prince. Man, he grabbed me. He said, man, let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's
This
go.
shit
It's time to go. Yeah.
Left. Nigga, we won in that bitch 12, 13 minutes.
Yep.
We left. Man, that nigga got on the phone. Yeah, man, I don't think y'all want to come to this shit, man. Nah, the Puffy being Puffy. So whatever he knew about him, it had already been, man, and I'm young. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. I'm like, and me, I'm young. I'm shocked, nigga. I'm a Haynes baby. I don't know, that shit weird to me. I was still processing that shit. I'm a young buck. I'm what, maybe 20? I'm like, I'm in the car like, he had a Bentley. He's like, yeah, son. I'm like, yeah.
You know, Rock, I was there and we was with the same people because the person that got me in was Tony Randall. And you know, that's Big Chief. That's how I got in. Because I got there, he was like, hey.
Well, you know my goddamn is.
So yeah, I got Tony Randall got me in. That's who got Big Chief. So when I got in, I didn't go up where that was. I wasn't that privileged. Yeah. But I did because it wasn't no Ciroc back then. It was that champagne, that wine, whatever it was. Ciroc. It had that wine. Man, that nigga Puffy got on that bar at that club and got so many bottles of that Don P, that gold bottle, and he was just pouring it, man, just pouring. Because I got a cup of it. I'm talking about, I'm just showing back then how naive I was. It could have been anything in there, but he was just pouring in the cup. Nigga, I was just happy to get a cup because, you know, just the movement. And girls seeing you get a cup, they like, oh, shit, he with the team. But really, it could have been anything in there. I'm just saying how easy influence is of people. Because that's what I mean, like Rock said, I didn't break it up that high, but when he came down in the all white, he got on the bar and was walking across it with boxes of that stuff and just pouring it. Yeah. The man have a great party, man, that I saw. I'm saying he's a great host. You know, like you said, it was all people in it.
Hey, Rich. Hey, Rock. Check this out. Rich had made a comment earlier today where he had said that, like, the victims and if this victim was such a victim, they would be doing this and they would be doing this, or they would do it this way, or sex wouldn't be an issue, right? Yeah. So I want to piggyback on that. And you just said it yourself, Rock. When you went to that party, then when you left, you were still traumatized by what you had saw. Am I correct?
Yes. I was, man. Okay. Fuck me up. We're traumatized.
Okay. So now, with saying that, I think is very, very dangerous for us to assume what a victim can become after what has happened to them. So when we say Cassidy becomes this woman that's still sex and she pregnant now and all that, well, that may be because of what happened. That may not be who she originally was. She may be that way now because of what has happened to her. She's traumatized.
She's traumatized. You say that she could. They say that situation can turn into a hypersexual female.
Exactly. It can go both ways. Yes, it can go both ways. She could be a person that don't want sex no more because of what has transpired, or it could be a person that has now become addicted to what she is doing. She has no control. Yeah, that happens, now this is more of a like for us to demonize her for being pregnant. That's not our place for that. You know, I just want to.
I didn't say that about being pregnant.
We do that stuff.
I was just bullshit though. I was just joking.
You already know, my nigga. Hey, you know how we get down, Rich.
I don't want the women to come at me and cut my head off.
Yeah.
But then
they already coming for you, nigga. You way better.
You already said you this stuff, Rich. It's different now.
I'm gonna say this though. You know, you can't. I met a trauma before, and all the guys done dated. You know, I had met a girl before, and you know, we get in an argument, and you know, I'm nonviolent. I walk off. I'm easy going because I get another one. And you know, she said because I didn't fight her, I was weak and I didn't like her.
Yeah.
What kind of nigga you don't fight? I'm like,
what kind of nigga need that? They need that.
She messed me up with that. She messed me up because she said, you weak, you won't fight. What kind of? I'm like,
diabolical, man.
That was crazy to me. I mean, I'm just saying, I saw the trauma, so that must be what she thought.
Back off what you said, Rich.
Okay, go ahead.
So that's where I don't see Cassie as a victim.
Okay.
Because here's my point, right? victims don't care about the money more than they care about their self-being, their well-being. They don't. They don't. They don't.
I think
and
that's
so
unfair.
the fact, what? But I'm you can disagree, but hear me out.
Okay.
My point is this: you sued them with no intentions of filing criminal charges. You did that twice.
Yep.
Twice. Mm-hmm. See, I can see if you file criminal charges and then backdoor with the suit, or do it simultaneously, but you didn't. You took the money, and you took it twice, and you took it twice. And thank you. And you did it all within 20 years of enduring something. 20 years. Look, let's be real. You got to think about this. A female will be down to do a fantasy and then look at you as disgusting after doing it.
Yeah.
But she wanted it. Think about that. And what's going to happen? See, women naturally love sliding into being the victim because that's what. See, the whole thing, the whole premise of victimization is what? Not holding yourself accountable.
Accountability. Yeah.
That's their scapegoat. Well, I'm a victim because I don't want to be accountable. It's not my fault. Look, it's funny how they're a boss chick. They don't need a man. I can do this by myself. But then when shit happens, you can't. I'm vulnerable. I'm weak. I'm just a lady. No, you was just a man the other day. I'm just saying.
Okay, and I'm not disagreeing. Bro. I'm not disagreeing with you because what you are saying is 1,000% correct. But now, to categorize every single person as this particular person, or because
I never did.
Say it again.
I never say all. I never say all. If I don't say all, I'm not talking about everybody.
Okay, so that's so. When you also said at the beginning of it, when you were saying that, you know, if she was a victim, it would be this way. We cannot do that because we were not the victim. And we can't say, just like you can say that certain people will respond this particular way because this happened to them. Well, you can also say that about, there are some men that do predatorized women and kids and stuff. There are men that do that. So what do we just think about how their thoughts are when we just saying that the woman should act this way because she was a victim? I'm not saying that she's not what y'all saying she is, and I ain't saying that she is. I don't know. So I'm gonna keep it at that part. I don't know. I'm gonna have to sit here and let it all play out for me to see what really happened, and if I'll ever know then. Because there are things that we may never know. It depends on how this play out. So, but I just don't want us to.
Okay, so
go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Go for it.
I'm breaking up. Can you hear me? Okay, so let me ask you this. If I grow up poor, mama on crack, dad in prison, grandma can't walk, and all she got is on Social Security. And I say, man, I gotta take care of myself, so I'm gonna sell drugs. And I go to jail. And then I get back out. Same thing, ain't got no place to stay. Well, I mean, I'm back, granted it died. I go back to selling drugs. I go back to jail. Am I a victim at that point?
No. Your accountability is you did something that you knew was wrong. You didn't have to sell drugs to get yourself back on your feet. You chose to do that. That was the route you chose to take.
So here's my point I'm trying to make. But here's my point I'm trying to make. Now watch how I connect that to the Cassie. Cassie got with a guy. Oh, he's handsome, he's famous, he's rich. He's going to make me have a career. Because we know that's what happened. He did get in a relationship, allegedly beat him, did this. Let's say year, and I'm giving her grace, year 4. It is not hard to fly a plane, go to mama's house, son. She had both parents. When my daughter come to me and say P. Diddy, and I wish P. Diddy would come to my house, or if he sent anybody, they're going to get gunshot. She got the police, right? But she didn't do that.
Does that make her not a victim because she didn't do that?
Just like the drug deal I was just talking about.
But does that make her not a victim because she didn't do what you said she didn't do?
Money, the love of money will make you put up with shit.
You know what though? She could be a victim to herself. Because all she had to do, like you said, she's a victim to herself.
And
what I'm saying that is
not worth her.
You got to realize when the male escort came on, what did he say? I didn't even care about the money. I just like the lifestyle that Puffy had with her. I just like being around that. And they're gonna show several videos how she enjoyed the lifestyle, because that's what she was more caught in. I don't mind getting peed on and beaten if I can live this lifestyle, because the other one was that at that point, that's a choice, because you know what come with it. Like she say, this was a job, but you know what it was. You could leave, but she chose him, and hey, she chose him, and that's what she got with it. Now you sitting up there, you got your payday, you got that. So at this point, I think P. Diddy the victim, because she used him to get on, and he used her to get off. One used to get on, and he used her to get off. So even swear change ain't no robbery.
Look, what
change ain't no robbery.
So what I'm taking from what Rock saying and what Quality saying is this, right? Both of y'all can be right at the same time in the situation. You know what I'm saying? She could be a victim. Quality, you know what I'm saying? Your argument then, Rock, you was like, when she sued, she only sued to get the money, right? Mm-hmm. So basically what Rock's saying is she didn't even feel criminalized herself in the situation to even file a criminal lawsuit against her.
Exactly.
So like it's like she could be a victim, but then she could have enjoyed the spoils of fucking with Diddy. And that's why she was in it for so long.
Quick point. Let me make a quick point though. What Yogi said, he said that she could be a victim because she didn't ask for whatever she should have asked for, or she didn't see herself as a victim. It's not that simple to categorize it. It's more of it. Well, I ain't gonna say it's more of. It could be a bunch of other stuff that go with it. Maybe she felt like this is all I can win. So this is why I'm gonna take what I can get, because I am a victim. We don't know, and that is the only thing I'm saying. We don't know, so we have to let it play out so that it can fully take its place. And then even at that point, we may still never know. We are all just assuming because she said that she wanted this, that we assume that she's not a victim no more. That's not fair on our behalf.
She stopped being a victim a long time ago.
Yeah.
She
That's
said
not hard to figure out.
She stopped being
a victim a long time ago. That's not hard to assess.
3, 4, 5.
I don't need a lot of
That's why I agree with y'all at. That's why I say I'm not so much disagreeing. I'm just saying I think it's unfair for us to categorize the situation. I'm not disagreeing with y'all saying, because a lot of the shit y'all saying is making a lot of sense. This girl kind of endured this shit for far too long to be claiming that she was a victim for so long. So I agree with you.
But they do have something called Stockholm. They do have something called Stockholm syndrome, though.
See,
with a victim.
I thought about that.
Yeah. It's a lot of different variables that can play into it. It's a lot.
But trust. Do you know what that word means?
When the victim falls in love with the perpetrator.
Yes.
Yes, but hold on. But be more specific, because you got to think about it. You know, your boy thought about that. I had been thought about that, but none of her actions have have adequately fit that description. Here's what Stockholm Syndrome means. It means when you have been under your oppressor for so long, you start defending them. She ain't never defended Diddy.
How do we know that?
So
She on trial right
She's
now.
not defending him.
She on
Knows
trial
what she was
right now.
doing back then.
She ain't never defended him. Where? Where's the video?
Who said? But where's the video? What's she? I mean, I'm just saying, who knows? I ain't saying that it ain't, Rob. Don't take it the wrong way. I'm just saying, who really knows?
Say, I'm gonna tell you. What's that dude named Young Jock? Even he even told some stories about how they was both like two birds of a feather.
Yeah, everybody.
They was both two birds of a feather.
Everybody say that. That's what I'm talking about.
So,
I'm talking about we got other people who have accounted interviews talking about, but they wasn't saying she wasn't a victim. They were just explaining what they saw being around her and P. Diddy. And let me tell you something. They say she was just as much full of energy as P. Diddy.
They say she stole off on P. Diddy.
Quick note. We just said that we're not gonna convict Puff Daddy for being a hoe. So we're gonna convict her now for being one?
No. I'm saying she
maybe she was a hoe. No. That doesn't mean that she was not a victim.
They said they
but she's not on trial for her. She's not on trial for no alleged crimes.
Well, the way that we are convicting her for being the way that she is and the way that she looked
at, we're acknowledging her for who she really is.
She a disgruntled employee.
It ain't nothing wrong with being a hoe. I mean, that's legal.
She's been unruly. She's been very unruly. Very unruly. She broke the code. Hold on. Wait a minute. Watch this. Hold on. Check this out. Hold it. Trust.
Uh-oh.
Watch this.
They ain't ready for this.
This gonna fix everything.
I know.
Hold on. Watch this. Trust. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Because he went to he did a lot of research. He's a pimpologist. So that's out of respect. So I don't want people thinking he's something or whatever. He's a pimpologist. He studied plagiarism. So he's very, very knowledgeable.
He got his doctorate. He got his doctorate. Don't worry, he got his doctorate. Yeah.
Trust. Watch this, y'all. Based off your studies and your historic knowledge, if a hoe want to go, can she go?
Man, a hoe come leave it.
Goddamn right. I knew they wasn't ready for it. Goddamn right. Church. Goddamn it. Church.
Yeah.
I know they wasn't ready for that.
The doors ain't never locked. You know what I'm saying? It's just how you came, bitch. That's how you can leave. For sure.
Yeah.
So if a hoe can go, if a hoe can hit the door, why couldn't Cassie?
Yeah, she could have.
She chose that lifestyle.
According to the video, she tried, but he snatched her ass back in.
Well, and you know what's crazy about that? The next day they went to the awards. The next day they was together at the awards on the red carpet. I'm like,
what's the syndrome called, Trust? What's that syndrome you
said?
That's
what it sounded like.
So, now don't that kind of piggyback to what you said that syndrome was earlier? Doesn't that look like she is now being controlled?
When you defend your oppressor.
Yeah.
It's like a house nigga.
That's similar to defending him because she knew what happened the day before. She knew that she shouldn't have been there, yet she still took her ass there, and it was more for appearance. Is she right? No, man, I ain't saying that. Is this the correct thing to be? No, I'm not saying that. She completely wrong. I mean, it's almost hard to see her as a victim. That's why we're going through what we're going through. It's hard to see her as a victim.
Quality. Let me give you another example.
We got to be honest. What was the reason why she stayed around? Because she's trying to get that record deal.
Well, she's trying to get a record deal. This is the lifestyle that she's now being given. So now I don't want to take it away. When you grow up as poor and don't have nothing, now you've been getting something and stuff like that. And yeah, some bad shit didn't happen to you for to get that way. But now, can you leave it? You become addicted to that. You want that lifestyle. You want to be that. That is the ruler of all evil, money. It will make you do things that you don't think you should be doing.
And then, Rock, man, you say, the Stockholm syndrome is her defending them, right? You don't think her staying with that nigga for all them years through that?
That's defense. That's her in her mind. She playing games with herself. It's not that bad. He only pissed on me. He only did this. He only made me fuck 5 people. It ain't that bad. Man, come on.
And I'm finna break it down. I'm finna tell you why. Because if a person gets kidnapped by a person, that kidnapper is not financially rewarding them. They're not giving them nothing but torture. That's Stockholm syndrome when you would defend that and you're not even getting no type of restitution. That's Stockholm syndrome. To say she had Stockholm syndrome is disrespectful to the real victims of Stockholm syndrome, who've been doing way worse for less.
And I'm gonna say,
Cassie, if she didn't have Diddy.
Hey, fella, do you know this nigga beat her one time and then went bought up Bentley the next day?
Do you realize this too?
But will we know Cassie if we didn't know Diddy? Will we know Cassie?
Probably not. But
so that right there is that's what she gains. She gains that. She gains the notoriety. She gains the fame. She gains
We're not okay. You got that. I want to just say one more thing, and I'm gone. On this point.
Go ahead, Rich.
The most important thing, like with the Stockholm and everything y'all saying, she trying to say some things because her first statement was she didn't want to do the freak out, but she knew that would make him happy. So she's trying to paint a picture that I do it to please him. And that's what she's saying. And that's the victim part. Because she's saying that herself. She said, I would initiate it. Because yes, it was very much so, right? But I'm just saying how crazy she in the head. Because the night we saw her got beat on that tape, she initiated that because she said she wanted to make him happy for something that she knew she wanted to do later. And if she made him happy, it'll be a good night for her. And I was yes, she said that in court on stage.
But according to him, according to Diddy said that the fight started because she was in his phone.
Yeah, okay. She agreed to
get the nigga there and variables of the story.
No, I'm saying all that could be part of the story. She could initiate it and say, I don't want to do it no more because I saw what you had in your phone. Now, bitch, it's going down.
Yeah.
It's still going down. Yeah. That's very much so. But what I'm saying is she initiated to make him happy. Let me call this nigga. Let him pee on me and Puffy watch.
So I'm going to say this and then we're going to go to the next topic. Yes, I'm going to say this. And y'all can take this for how you want. If my daughter calls me,
it's different.
And she says, he jumping on me. I'm going to say, where you at, baby? I'm going to call Trust. I'm going to call Yogi. I'm going to call Rich. Call all y'all.
I'm a gangster, man. I'm going to call you too, man, but I'm a gangster too, dog. Trust me.
And Quality, I'm going to call all y'all. I'm going to call him too.
I'm just a quiet gangster.
Okay. And we're going to go over there and we're going to get my dog. Now, here's my point to prove with what I say about Cassie, and that's a choice. You're not a victim no more. When I get my daughter to the house, and after I tell Hink and Quality and Trust, man, thank y'all for bagging me up, man. I just want to make sure my daughter was safe.
Did she go back?
When y'all leave, and when I get in that room and I'm gonna talk to her in front of her mama, you know what I'm gonna tell her? I'm gonna say, sit down. And I say, I'm gonna tell her, I want you to listen to me close. Because once I say it once, I'm not going to say it no goddamn more. You might want to leave that nigga alone. Because he clearly hits on you. Right? And then I know what I'm going to say after that. I'm going to say, if you get back with him and he hit on you again.
Don't call me no more.
Hold on. And you call me to come save you? I'm gonna say your ass better. I say your fingers. I might say your fingers work. You better dial 911, and I'm gonna hang up the goddamn phone in her face. And that's my child.
Damn. Damn.
But Rock, you know what they say though, dog. You know what they say, Rock. That cum thicker than blood, dog.
You know I'm old school, man. I'm gonna whoop that nigga, man. I don't care if she calls, she go back. I'm gonna whoop him every time. But my baby.
Why you gonna whoop him, man? Why you gonna whoop him?
You know why?
You know why? Right there,
let me tell you why.
Hey, hold on. Let's give it
he asked me a question.
The bar.
He dropped the
hold
other
on,
bar.
say it again.
He was dipping in blood. But hey, let me address you, Quality. You know why?
He said that.
Rich ain't gonna let nobody talk. So
go ahead, I'm about to talk.
Go ahead, let him hear it one more time. That's a classic there, man.
That's a classic.
I said we know the saying, man. It comes thicker than blood, man. Every goddamn time.
Yeah. I don't mean no disrespect, but you asked me a question why I would fight him every time. Because if he put his hands on my child and I go over there and I let him make it the first time and I tell that nigga don't touch my child and you touch her, I don't give a fuck what my daughter said, nigga. You disrespected me now because I told you that. I wouldn't give a fuck what that bitch said. I said don't do it, nigga. And if you do it, you disrespected me.
Trust. Let's resort to the pimp again. Let's resort to the pimp. Trust. If she keeps coming back, Trust, who fault is?
So you gonna go over there every time?
Yeah, that's her fault.
It's her fault. You can't say nothing.
That's her fault. You can't knock a father for loving his daughter in that
way.
Your daughter is what she is.
Crash test dummy.
Yes.
Why you crazy?
Your daughter is what she is.
Yeah.
So you gotta let that. You gotta take accountability there too.
That's gonna be
daughter is
so
what
you're not
is.
teaching your
That's
daughter.
why she keep going back.
You're not teaching her accountability.
Listen. You know women crazy
motherfuckers.
We can't use the women crazy. We have to use
why not? We have a woman that crazy.
Man, they got
correct terminology. You keep walking your ass over there. You deserve everything you gotta
absolutely
keep.
Right. You absolutely
That's the problem with these damn females. Y'all niggas crashing out of them. Rich, you gonna crash out over your daughter?
Every time.
No,
twice on Sunday.
No,
but you know what though? I'm gonna be honest. It's all jokes. Sunday. Yeah, it's all shits and giggles. But if I really see that that's what she want and that's what it is, Brock, I'm like you, bitch. You better call 911 because
if you want to do anything to help
yourself, you know,
but it ain't nothing I can do to stop her from going.
I knew he was trolling.
But in the mind though, sometimes you looking like, and then you go over there and you see her with him, you like. You really stuck in this shit, and you gotta let.
You go get a counseling. You go get help for her. You try to help her that way.
He just told you calm is thicker than blood.
You right. I'm trying to give you some other avenues. I know the one avenue you can't do is go whoop this nigga. You can't go whoop this nigga for what he doing.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, Rich, I accept it now.
I have to accept it now.
Don't try counseling. Go